What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be diving into a Naya Ramp deck. And I gotta say, this deck felt very well put together. It felt like we had answers to a lot of the meta. It felt like we had big creatures to constantly play, though it looks like you don't. And you get to play Ramp in a non-traditional sense. Yes, we have Cultivate and we have Tangled Florahedron, but we also have Yasharn, which is a great card to ramp with, and it's one that a lot of people don't put too much emphasis on, but it shuts down those food decks that are running around, you know, the Wicked Wolves, the Giant Sacrifice sort of decks. Yasharn is there stomping them. So this elemental boar, 4 mana for a 4/4, allows you to draw a forest and a plains out of your deck. And then, of course, you know, you got the 4/4 body on it. All around, it's a fantastic card from Zendikar Rising. I'm super happy that it's actually seeing play and that it's actually stopping up some of the meta decks. So let's dive down into the bottom of this deck, not to mention the fact that we also have Kaheera, one of my other favorite cards, just because it's the companion that generally signifies jank. In this situation, it's a very actual competitive deck, but for me, a lot of times if I'm playing Kaheera, it's because I'm playing some janky tribal madness, which this is not, but you know, still. Anyway, Spikefield Hazard, really good at getting out those Edgewall Innkeepers. We still see a ton of Adventure decks, and we still will, because Adventure is still a really strong mechanic, even if you take out Lucky Clover and all the other shenanigans surrounding it, right? So Spikefield, really good there. It's also a land, which helps you with your ramp. Well, you know, helps you with your lands in general. Glass Casket, good removal early, not to mention the fact that it's exile, so all those graveyard decks can, you know, go swim in a creek or whatever insultive phrase you want to use there. Anyways, Revitalize, I don't quite understand this card in the deck, but I trust whoever made it, because they did go 6-0 in the Platinum to Mythic rank, and so, you know, put a little bit of faith in them. The early game is a little weak for this deck, so maybe that's where, you know, this is to help offset the aggro decks. Anyways, instant speed, draw a card, gain 3 life. It's pretty straightforward, you know, pretty basic. Scorching Dragonfire, some good removal, instant speed as well. Tangled Florahedron, going to help you ramp, and if you don't feel safe getting it down as a creature, you can always get it down as a land. Mazemind Tome, going to help you stay healthy, draw cards, or get your scry action on. Shatterskull is some beautiful removal as always. Bala Ged Recovery, y'all know how much I love this card, if nothing else just for the fact that I get to say that every time I play it, right? No, it's really good in decks like this where you have a lot of valuable cards that do a lot of effects in one, right? So things like Yasharn, not only does it ramp you, it gives you a body and it stops your opponent's stuff. Things like Elder Gargaroth, again, stops your opponent's stuff, gives you a body, gives you a life or a card draw or a beast. ECD, you get the point. Cultivate is gonna howl. It's gonna be how you're ramping up for the most part. Sorcery speed, nothing to knock here. Helps make sure you have the mana for, you know, ECD, Elder, and your turn timbers and whatnot. Shatter is some excellent board wipe, and you have ECD to bring back your big stuff, so you're not too worried about wiping your own big stuff. It's also going to give you a card draw if you're Yasharn and Gargaroth and all that good stuff. ECD to help remove those 3 CMC creatures, you know, or higher. And again, reanimate stuff. Last but not least, we got Godzilla, Doom Inevitable, or Yidaro, Wandering Monster. Both artworks are absolutely fantastic, so whichever one you use, you can feel great about. Anyway, cycling for 2 mana. The reality of you cycling enough to get this card down, I feel, is very real in this deck, as opposed to most decks that play Yidaro. It's like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. But not only that, I've actually found myself playing this big Godzilla down, just hard casting it and having an 8/8 trample haste on like turn 5 or 6, which is insane damage, right? Not to mention the fact that you probably already had a Gargaroth or your Yasharn down, so you're getting in a lot of good stuff. To finish this out, we have Turn Timber Symbiosis, helps you find your Yasharns, your Gargaroths, and your Godzillas, while also still remaining a land. And then, of course, Undo Inversion. Destroy all non-land permanents, helps you deal with the artifacts, enchantments, helps you deal with those Yorion decks most of all, as they generally have a ton of permanents that they're bouncing, rearranging, and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, this was originally meant as a best of 3 deck, so we do have a sideboard attached in case you're interested in it. We're going to be playing it in best of 1, as y'all know how I do. Hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to leave a like down below, comment in the comment section, subscribe. If you want to see more, hit that bell icon so you can actually get notifications. We're coming up on 10,000 subscribers, which is actually baffling to me to think about 10,000 people being like, hey, yeah, you're pretty cool, which is essentially what I think is what people say whenever they hit subscribe, right? Anyways, thanks again. Hope you enjoyed. And without further ado, let's hop right into some magic. David 333. We actually have a place here called 333. It's 333 on Broad. Way to go first. We'll keep it because I see a line of play that could work, and therefore, I'm happy. Generally, in my starting hands, I'm literally just looking for, you know, some line of play into turn 2, turn 3, that kind of stuff. You know, I just don't want to look at a hand and be like, yeah, well, I won't be playing Magic today then. So we're up to 4, which means we get the mighty Yasharn. What? Beautiful. Beautiful. And we have red mana now, so we can actually use our Scorching and all that good stuff. Swarm Shambler. Interesting. And a Love Struck. Sorry, that song has been stuck in my head for I don't even know how long now. Way too long. Let's get this down. We are going to Scorching. What are we going to Scorching? Probably the Nessian, right? Because they're going to get down Love Struck come next turn, which is going to add a counter to it, which means Swarm Shambler will get them an insect off of it. So, we'll just take care of that problem sooner rather than later, right? Get down Mazemind, so we got some Scry / drawing action. And yeah, get in there, Yasharn. Do what you're meant to do, you big old boar. Bam. Alright. So, is it just the Love Struck? Gem Razor. Okay. Let's go ahead and scry here. I don't know why I hit cancel. It was just like, no, wait, Chance, don't do it. I don't really want another Godzilla, if I'm being honest. It's just like, we can't play it. I can't cycle it because we only have 1 red mana, so. Let's find something else, shall we? Now that Gem Razor, you know, it's not exactly what you want to see on your opponent's side of the field, but we'll make do. So we got Scorching. We can do Scorching, and we still have 3, which means we can bring Kaheera over as well, right? So let's bring Kaheera over. Play this bad boy down. We could have played down an Untapped and also played down Kaheera, which would have gave our Yasharn enough to swing in, but problem is they have that 1 mana, which means they could have tapped the Gem Razor, right? Right. Okay. So Glass Casket. Do we want it? Doesn't take out Gem Razor. Does take out Love Struck Beast. We'll keep it. You know, we're probably gonna use the Scorching for the Gem Razor anyway, so like I don't mind blocking a Yasharn into a Gem Razor and then Scorching it, right? Now that's a little curious. They're like tempting me to attack. I'm not gonna fall for it, David. So there's your real name. The Great Hinge. The greatest hinge of all. Alright. And the Love Struck. Yep. So they should swing in with Gem Razor here. They should feel they have enough board dominance. Yes. Yes, very nice. Alright, so they will get the little 1/1 insect, but honestly, that's worth it. That is very, very, very much worth it. And this still leaves us enough mana to cycle the Godzilla. We can't swing in because they do have 2 1/1s with which to defend, and you know, I don't want to lose my Tangled. It's been with us through so much. It has used its mana ability so many times, I feel it would be a little rude. Now we do have 7 mana actually to use the Turn Timber if we want to try to plop down a big one. Speaking of plopping a big one, Stone Cool. And they left themselves 3 mana. I wonder why that is. Do they have a Love Struck? Or maybe a Kazandu? I was wrong all around. It was a Nessian. Nessian Hornbeetle. Alright, so we're going to need to get rid of that thing sooner rather than later. They shouldn't swing in here. That would be a mistake. Cycle. Revitalize. Not exactly what we wanted to see. So do I just go for the big old turn timber, or do I try to revitalize, you know, cycle some Godzillas, see what else I can find? I think I just go for the big boy play. Yep, alright, cool. Nice. I'm not going to say no to that. Big 7/7 with Vigilance. Can defend us at least for a little bit. Now, the Horn Beetle is going to eventually reach a point that we need to be worried about. We need an on-do inversion. We already played one down. I think we still have one more in the deck, but man, asking for one card out of 44, I just don't feel like that's reasonable or reliable. So we got to find another way to victory. We can swing in with the G-Roth. They are going to block it, though. They'll probably double block. We have to take out the Horn Beetle, leave the Serpent. I know it's unfortunate, but it is the way life is. If we hit something like a Scorching, that could be good for us. Then we could take out both, actually, right? That's the 9 damage we need. No, because Nessian's going to get a counter on it this turn. Oh, wait, but that's still only 10, and we need 10, right? We can, okay, we can deal 10, so that's fine. What else? What else? What else? Scorching Glass Casket would be all right. That just allows us straight up exile, right? Trying to think about what else we potentially have. Do they have... You think they have a Primal Might here? They sunk all their mana in. Nah, surely if they had a Primal Might, it'd be easy. You just put it on the Stone Cool, take out Gargaroth, swing all in, right? What could it be? What could it be? They're having to think about it extremely hard. So yeah, we could use a Scorching, Glass. Do we have a Great Henge in our deck? I want to say we have a Great Henge in our deck, but don't hold me to that. Also, we could cast down Godzilla, just hard cast it. You know, so there's that, I suppose. That might have been the more safe play over the turn timber, I guess. Get down an 8/8 with Trample and Haste. I don't know. They just lost all of their mana. They just tapped all of their mana, hit next, and lost it. That one really sucks for them. It's really awesome for us, but it really sucks for them. David, I'm getting a little worried, friend. Because they hit next. Their timer didn't run out, did it? It's about to run out. Yikes. Yeah, well, just get down Godzilla. I actually kind of want another G-Roth down, so I'll get you down, and yeah, swingaroo. Create a beast. David, are you there? Hello. Don't get me wrong, I will certainly take the victory, okay? I'm not one to complain about a victory in ranked matches. Well, pretty much ever, right? Unless, of course, you can see right before I'm about to do a super dope combo, and then I'm like, I feel a little greased, not gonna lie. Well, unfortunately, it looks like maybe David had to run and do something. I do feel sorry for him because this was a good match. This was going well. We both had some nice stuff back and forth. All right, next to damage. I don't know what else we can do. Maybe he'll come back. I mean, sure, I got one free crack with the Elder Gargaroth, and I got one free turn, but yeah, it's not looking real good. Oh well, y'all got to see a lot of the deck here, so I feel like that was still very good. You got to see the interaction of Elder Gargaroth and Kaheera. Glass Caskets were nice. We still had actually an answer for their Great Hinge, right? So, all in all, I'm feeling like this Naya Ramp deck is a fairly solid one. And now I play the favorite game of mine where I sort of, you know, fill in the time waiting for David to come back. Because we do want to finish this match, right? Like, it's a good one. It's a fun one. He's playing well. I'm playing well. We got some good stuff going. David, no. All right. Well, it was a GG. I feel bad for the opponent, but, you know, we're not about to scoop out on that one. Masa TRP. Now, this is... Oh, no. It's not awkward. We got Pathways. Pathways still fuck with me sometimes because I see it and I'm like, oh, we have all red and green mana, but we actually need some white, too. But we have it. We have it. Oh, what a relief. Alright, well then let's go for the forest turn 1. And this way we can see what we need our pathway to be off the bat. Wonder if it's mono white. Never mind, we don't even have to play that pathway. Scorching Dragonfire. If it is mono white, Glass Casket can be saved till later. House lead. House. You know what? I just need to start calling this Life's Bounty because every time I pronounce it, somebody's like, "You're doing it wrong," which yeah, I can understand that. So let's go ahead and get down some white mana. I don't want to use Revitalize. I think I just Cultivate here, right? Just ye old faithful, ramp it up. We want some extra green mana for the G-Roth. We have red mana there, so let's go ahead and get some extra white. And we'll play this down. And yeah, that'll be our Elder come next turn, so that's good for us. Daxos, the legend. It is going to be mono white. Probably mono white devotion / life gain is what sort of the vibe I'm getting, right? Well, devote your life to this, Masa. Kind of sounds like I'm saying Masta when I say that. Masa, Masta. Especially since it's TRP. Masa Trap? Masa Trap? Or Chirp? I guess you could really use whatever vowel you want in there. Get a little creative, yeah? So they got something up their sleeve, right? They just left everything sort of untapped there. I'll tell you what, we're just going to throw in the big Gargaroth head first. And let's create some green beasts. I don't want to get overwhelmed. You'll notice a lot of the time I'll either be drawing or creating the beast. I think those are probably your best 2 options for the largest majority. So if I do this, we'll have 1 mana left over. If I were to do this and that, we could actually get down to that. Nah. I was thinking about mana efficiency. If we play this land down, we can play the Revitalize, the Glass Casket, and the Tangled. But then I was like, nah. I mean, do you really think that's better than a Gargaroth? I mean, maybe. Good game. We'll say good game in case they... Okay. I was about to say, in case they are scooping it. There's been a lot of occasions here recently where people have been saying good game to me, but then not scooping out. They say GG like tauntingly, kind of, because then they come back and board wipe me, and it's not fun. Be wherever you are. Wow, we got a lot of these flippy floppy lands, huh? We get to go first. We won't be getting Tangled Florahedron down until like turn 3. We don't even have any green mana. No, I can't keep this. That's a lot better. That's a hell of a lot better. So I got to return a card. Sorry, Revitalize. You're just not... You're the weakest link, I guess, is what I'm trying to say in a nice way. Do I want a Godzilla? I'm just going to end up cycling it. I mean, I guess, sure, whatever. We'll try to hit the Yidaro cycle machine. A little edge wall action just to put me on the edge of my seat, huh? I was trying to think about what all they could possibly have after the edge wall that I would like would I want a Scorching that instead? And the answer to some of it was yes. But the answer to the other part was no. I think we're just going to go for the Cultivate here. I don't want to cycle the Godzilla, and then whenever it does go into the graveyard, yeah, they exile it. Well, they don't have any mana, so if I was going to cycle it, now's the time, right? Cycle it, play a... yeah, let's do that. They don't have any mana to exile it with the ooze, so cycle... okay. Cycle it, play down some lands. Hey, Elder Gargaroth is pretty good. So then we should have cultivated, right? No, because we would have drawn into this had I not cycled there. So it still would have put us off back a turn, right? Yeah, because even if I cycled this, we wouldn't have had the mana to play this. So it's all good. Had to think about that one for a minute if it like actually mattered, and I guess that's probably the hardest thing with Magic in general, right? It's like, did I make the right play? Because so many things, you know, have different underlying factors to them. So we'll hit the temple plenty, and I will cultivate this turn. Shatterskull. Shatterskull could be good for us. That could allow us to remove the mammoth and the ooze for not that much, honestly. So we'll try for it. I don't know why oh God. I gotta get used to this. It's all right. So we already have the double green. We have double white. We have double red. So we have everything. We have everything we could possibly need. So we're going to be up to 6 mana. We can get down Gargaroth. Yeah, I don't know why I scryed knowing I was going to cultivate. If you know you're going to search through your library or shuffle it in any manner, save your scries until after so you don't be a bonehead like me. Alright, we're down to 11 and they have 2 Kazandus. I'm really missing that that removal that we had there. If I just go for the Giroth, I mean, we're definitely getting you down, right? I guess we can leave the red mana available just in case. You never know. Never know when that 1 point of damage is all you'll really need in life. This is gonna hurt. Actually, do we have any creatures over here? We don't, thank goodness. But we are gonna take 9 points of damage here, which is insane. And we're going to lose our Gargaroth, so... we draw on a card, creating a beast. If I create a beast, I can get Kaheera down on the next turn as well. It's not too bad. Alright, I think we got to create the beast. Unleash the beast. Now, if they have Embercleave, we're dead either which way, so it doesn't really matter. Taking out one of the Kazandus at least, which means we will have two creatures to defend their 2 creatures come next turn. Potentially. Alright. I was going to say, that also keeps their Kazandu out of their graveyard, so they can't exile it with their ooze. Now, they got to exile my Gargaroth, but that's alright. Now, we're not going to have enough to block, huh? So I can bring Kaheera over. We're still going to be missing. I guess we're looking for a Gargaroth here. Alright, GG. Gorilla aggro, they got us. Mots? Something like that. I don't think this is a keepable. I love the Gargaroths. I love the energy you're putting out here, game, but fuck. Alright. I don't love it, but maybe we can get there. I am going to put back the... This is difficult. Put back the Cultivate. Reason being is we need green mana to hit Cultivate, right? If we hit green mana, it means we can also hit Yasharn. So it's not essential. Now we are going to Revitalize, come their turn, try to find us some actual mana to use here. It's looking pretty mono green stompy so far. Well, that does get us to 4 mana eventually, but not exactly what we want. This is going to take us a while. Alright, this is fun. Shatterskull. I actually do like the Shatterskull. We'll keep that on top, because if I need to, I can bolt that in and just shatter the sky. Right? Questing Beast. Well, now you see... That's real annoying. Okay, actually, tell you what. Throw this tap, throw this over. And actually, we should have thrown down a Spikefield since it was going to be tap. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to take the 4 from Questing Beast, 2 from their creatures. We'll go down to 11 health, given they don't have any extra, miscellaneous factors in there. Hopefully, they will sink in. I was going to say they're Love Struck, and maybe one more, given they still have 2 mana. No? Okay, that's fine. I'll still take that. That's worthy of a shatter, because if they were, like, on the edge of Great Hinge, then this is going to crush them. Now, they do get to draw a card, which they were going to get to draw one either which way. I think we actually play one of these down tapped. They're not really the kind of deck, well, I mean, outside of the Love Struck Beast tokens and the Tangled Florahedrons, which neither of which are my most concerning factors, they don't really have, 1 health creatures that we need to be removing, like an Edgewall Innkeeper, at least not one we've seen so far. So, playing the tap land when you don't have anything else to really play with it, perfectly fine. That's an ooze. Ooze. We're going to go up to 6 mana here. Could get down the Yasharn and Mazemind. Could cycle, get down Kaheera. I like the Yasharn. I like pulling out lands from our deck. It makes it to where hopefully we don't hit lands come later. Oh, right, we have to grab 1 of each. I was like, yeah, I'll just take 2 forests, sure. Nope. Actually, no. Could have also cycled Godzilla there, I suppose. But we're getting low on life. Godzilla doesn't gain us life, Mazemind does, so the sooner the better for that. Wolf is going to take out Yasharn here. Psych. Maybe they misplayed? Oops. Yeah. I feel like no matter what you say to someone's oops in Magic, you feel like a dick, right? I feel like, the same way you have nice and thanks, you should have oops and it's okay. Right? Shouldn't we be reassuring each other? Like, yeah, no, you're good. Mistakes happen. Ooh. I'm going to keep that. It's not effective against the ooze, but the rest of their deck, yeah, hell yeah. Okay, so now we just Godzilla? I mean, it's an 8/8 with trample and haste. It's hard to say no to that, right? So do we get in for 12, I guess is the real question. Or do they do some Blockarooski here on the Yasharn and then Scavenging Ooze to, you know, exile something? And yeah. Saw that one coming. Maybe blocking Yasharn. No blocks. No blocks. Alright, they're down to 10 life. We have ECD. They can gain a decent little bit with the ooze, right? We don't have any creatures. They can gain 2 back to 12. We have 12 damage, but that would make it a 6/6. Elder Gargaroth, that's pretty good as well, right? Now we just need to find ours, right? We can ECD, so I'm not too worried about that. They're not going to swing with ooze. That makes sense. Well, I'm not saying I don't feel evil. But you know, some things must happen in order to win a match of Magic, and that's just what we're doing here, folks. So we have plenty of white mana. Let's get some additional... Oh no, I made such a big mistake. I'm so sorry. I know. Everyone's going to be blasting me for that. I was like, we'll get down some red mana. It won't even matter. Kaheera, right? Kaheera. It's fine. It's fine. So now they're going to block the Yasharn. We'll take him down to 3. You know the problem with that, though? The nice thing with us not playing Kaheera, I guess, is we get to do that. So that's good. Although if we had played Kaheera, our creature would have just killed it anyways, right? Would have just equaled out. And we would have had Godzilla deal 1 extra damage, and we would have had Godzilla untapped. So, what are they planning here? Because they only have 1 mana, and if that's all that they have is that troll, like, we're going to win, right? Yeah, GG. Naya Ramp, I'm liking it. I'm liking it.